We'll come back to those problems here in a minute, but let me just define a few more things for us. If you look on your objectives, I think it's number 6 on our objectives, that says to state the perceptual variables which correspond to frequency, intensity, and harmonics, and give the frequency range for human hearing. We talked about that range of human hearing last time. We might have written it down here right on your objectives that you're going from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. These are usually separate questions, not all as one question on the exam. I kind of already showed you how to work with that frequency range for human hearing last time. As a separate question, though, I will ask you just that first part, to state the perceptual variables which correspond to frequency, intensity, and harmonics. I'm just going to write these out here. This will be on the exam, just a few points, not much, but I do want you to be able to relate these things that we've been measuring, like frequency, to what we actually hear. That's the perceptual, or the sensory effect here that we'll list here in the table. And then how it relates to the wave properties that we've been talking about in some of these. So we'll have loudness. So this is what you hear, right? You hear loudness. Loudness is a measure of intensity. The pitch, the note that you hear, is a measure of frequency. And the quality of the sound, or the timbre, is related to the harmonics, or what we call the waveform. I'll say it again, that this unit has quite a few of these where I just ask you to state a definition or write these down on the exam. Make sure you study these objectives and make notes on there that these things will be on the exam. These are what I'm considering 3 points for some of these objectives that say define or describe or state these things right here. I'll tell you a little bit more about loudness and intensity later on, but for that objective number 6, that's it right there. You also do need to know that frequency range for human hearing, but that's, as a separate question, it'll be mixed in with something else usually.
What was that word after quality?
Timbre?
Timber?
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about sound intensity now. Sound intensity is measured in watts per square meter. And the human ear can detect sound as low as 10 to the minus 12. Watts per square meter. We call this the threshold of human hearing. For the normal ear, it's a little bit different, of course, for everybody, but that's about as low as it goes. This value right here, the 10 to the minus 12 watts per square meter I give you, we use a variable for this and call it I naught. And it's 10 to the minus 12 watts per square meter. But it will be written down for you in that form, just like that, either on the board or on the front page of the exam or something, but you'll have that number. Let me complete my I for James. I don't want to confuse you there with that. And we also have a threshold pain, and we'll call this IP, 1 watt per square meter. That number there, you don't have to memorize either. I'll give it to you if you need it. You might need that on the homework. I don't recall if it's either in the Mastering Physics or it might be in the practice set, but if you need anything with the threshold of pain, that's the number that you'll use for that value.
So that's a 1.
Yes, yeah. The one right here?